From the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia, this is MU Report.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for another edition of MU Report Fall 2022. I'm Elena Laster.
And I'm Calvin Staten. MU Report is a student-produced newscast of the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University. You can catch this broadcast anytime on Facebook and on YouTube. Now, on to our top story.
Cell phones have effectively taken over the entire campus these last few years to the point most students cannot function without them. As Connor Woodruff reports, mobile devices are useful for both education and recreation.
Whether it be checking into the dorms, getting into the library, buying food, or referring to a digital map, on Marshall University's campus, cell phones serve as a multi-tool essential for all students.
We use it to verify your login, so basically you need either a tablet or a smart device to be able to authenticate your protocol to log in. So it's just basically you need a device.
Every cash register on campus offers some form of digital banking service accessible for cell phones. With smartphones taking the place of the old MUID cards, students now use applications on their device to spend dining dollars and to use meal swipes. Phones can also be used by students for entertainment and communication.
In a poll of Marshall students, it turns out that students spend up to 7 hours a day on their cell phone on average. Along with that, the most used app on Marshall's campus appears to be TikTok.
I think we are all in somehow way addicted to our phones.
Because phones are now such an important part of the student experience, students can find charging stations and outlets placed throughout the Memorial Student Center. If students have any issues with their smartphones or the authentication programs installed during Week of Welcome, they're encouraged to visit the IT office in Drinko Library. Connor Woodruff, MU Report.
In coming newscasts, MU Report will explore the distractions mobile devices are now causing on campuses everywhere.
Marshall commuters have surely noticed that gas prices have been falling since their frightening high last winter. And as Jaden Taylor reports, those price changes, up or down, always have a real impact on students and their personal finances.
Gas prices back in February began a sharp and record-setting increase across the nation. For West Virginia, gas would reach as high as $4.93 into the month of June. Since the summer, we've seen an overall decline in gas prices, and what that means, students don't have to clench their wallets just as tight.
Gas prices have definitely been going down, but they could definitely be a lot better, like at least under $3 a gallon.
There are some who are already dealing with high levels of stress, and this decrease seems to have provided at least some with some relief.
I already have a high stress level as it is, so the gas prices being high didn't really help with that because it made me feel like I had to stay in one place and not go anywhere. So when they dropped, I definitely felt more free.
While others believe the cost has only been offset with the rise in other prices.
Even though gas prices have went down, with inflation being so high in other areas like groceries and stuff like that, it really feels like it's just offsetting the other one and it's not really getting any better.
We've seen gas prices decrease drastically over the last few months, but recently it's come to a halt. With rises in inflation, it's left many of us wondering what's to come in the months ahead. Jaden Taylor, MU Report.
And in the time Jaden produced that story, AAA says prices are climbing again after weeks of falling from their high of about $4.25 a gallon in February.
Students and instructors alike are increasingly sold on an editing tool that's making writing assignments much better. You may have heard of it, or you may be already using it. It's called Grammarly, and as Isabella Robinson reports, students on campus have mixed feelings about the software.
If you want to ace your paper, download Grammarly.
Whether the purpose is professional, academic, or personal, writing is an essential skill. In the fall semester of the 2022 and 2023 school year, Marshall began providing extra support for those looking to sharpen their writing skills by including a subscription to Grammarly to enrolled students and faculty upon inquiry.
I got the email about Grammarly and I looked straight into it because I adore this software, because I have gone 4 years using Grammarly and I will not go back. So I was thrilled when I saw that email.
Resources such as the Writing Center, tutoring services, and meeting with professors during their office hours are still available. However, Grammarly provides writing assistance around the clock from the comfort of one's personal computer. Students received notice of their Grammarly access through a mass email sent during the first week of classes on August 23rd.
At the moment, I choose not to use Grammarly because it doesn't seem like something that I actually need compared to the fact that I already have it on my computer. I already have other softwares on my computer that do the exact same thing.
While Grammarly is a service that is new and unfamiliar to some students, others have found the software to be helpful and accessible. Grammarly can correct spelling, reorganize sentences to create a more concise thought, as well as provide other helpful writing suggestions. Settings can be manipulated on Grammarly to accommodate writing styles between formal and informal, as well as the structure of the paper regarding MLA, Chicago, and APA styles that may be required of students depending on their program of study.
I would suggest using Grammarly for all daily tasks like emails. I use it in my discussion boards on Blackboard. I was able to install Grammarly onto Word. It's very versatile. It's free, so I would use it. It's a major benefit to not only students but those in the workforce, authors especially. It's just an amazing tool to help you in your writing process.
Marshall students, staff, and faculty can utilize the Grammarly services by simply logging in with their Marshall email addresses and downloading the software onto their computers. Isabella Robinson, MU Report.
Directions for how to access Grammarly on your computer are available on Marshall's website by searching for Marshall Grammarly on your browser. For assistance, Marshall's Information Technology Department is on the first floor of the Drinko Library.
Sleep deprivation is a problem that many college students say they struggle with. And as Victoria Ware reports, experts say a lack of sleep can have a variety of negative effects.
A common sentiment shared by many college students is that it can be quite difficult to get a proper night's sleep. Balancing a packed course load while also attending to extracurricular responsibilities can leave limited time for rest. Students say that a lack of sleep can adversely impact them during their day.
If compared to hunger, thirst, if I don't get enough sleep, that just tears me down.
I find it harder to focus during the day because I'm falling asleep and drifting off and zoning out.
According to Harvard University, a lack of sleep can negatively affect students' mental and physical health. Sleep deprivation can also impact a student's ability to complete their schoolwork on time.
I can definitely tell my mood changes. I feel like I'm a little more irritable. I can't focus in class as often.
Many Marshall students actively try to find avenues to combat their sleep deprivation.
I'm really bad about caffeine. I feel like I have to drink pop very frequently to get myself through the day, or coffee, or something that's just not healthy for me, candy, junk food.
Well, I don't drink coffee and I don't like energy drinks, so I kind of just suffer and go with it. Pretend like I'm not tired.
Students say that not getting a proper night's sleep can really set the tone for the rest of their day. The university encourages them to practice better time management skills in order to get more rest. Victoria Ware, MU Report.
Sleep experts recommend what we already know but have trouble practicing. College-age students should get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night, and most of us will probably answer that with, I wish.
So now let's talk about the biggest reason Marshall students don't sleep: stress. Lots of it and about everything. Destiny Dingus explains how work study, an important part of paying for college, is now a leading form of stress relief.
Balancing school, work, and a social life isn't the only thing some students have to juggle. Some students have to also juggle a work schedule.
I have 2 jobs. I work here at the desk at Buskirk, and I work as a barista at Butter It Up in the market. I just work at Starbucks.
Work study can be hard, while also being beneficial to students. No matter the case, every student has their reason.
It's more of a stability and time management thing. I like to, if I work, I feel like I'm more in tune, with what I have to do for school, and it gives me a stricter deadline for things.
I thought it would just be good to start getting out in the world, working, get myself comfortable with going to a job every day.
Although working during school is another stress added to them, students say work study can also be rewarding.
Being able to see all the students and see everybody there's Moon, she makes really good coffee, you know. It's great. Being rewarding, seeing all the people happy.
Talking to people, like getting a better sense of like how other people live and their different cultures and stuff.
Some students decide to do work study during school. Others don't. The ones that do say it's actually more rewarding than hard. Destiny Dingus, MU Report.
I think it's interesting because we don't often associate anything work-related with stress relief, but I think I can see it.
I kind of can too. But that's all the time we have for this edition of MU Report. Our newscast content is generated by students in the W. Page Pitt of School and Journalism. MU Report is a television lab, and we are glad you're watching. You can always catch this newscast on YouTube, and be sure to follow our reporters on Twitter and MU Report on Facebook. I'm Calvin Staten.
And I'm Elena Laster.
Have a
great day.